What's up, beautiful people? Today we're going to be checking out an excerpt of what happened in South Carolina's primary. And just a spoiler, Trump won by a lot. He was against Nikki Haley. And, she has roots in South Carolina. Some people expected her to win, but she did not, which means the support for Trump is a lot. Basically, that's what it implies. But let's check it out.
Trump winning really big here in South Carolina, defeating Nikki Haley in her own home state,
Right.
All with the help of local Republicans. And that includes our next guest, who has supported the former president throughout the campaign and was actually standing right next to him during his victory speech last night. That's her on the right. South Carolina Lieutenant Governor Pamela Evot joins us now. Lieutenant Governor, great to have you on.
You know what?
Historic win last night.
I don't know if you guys noticed it, but she kind of looks like Nikki Haley a little bit. I thought Nikki Haley was standing next to Trump, right? And she has that smile, the bright smile Nikki Haley has. We can't take that from her. Nikki Haley has a nice smile.
Speech last night. That's her on the right. South Carolina Lieutenant Governor Pamela Evot joins us now. Lieutenant Governor, great to have you on. Historic win last night.
It is.
Let's just get right into it. Tell me how the women's vote broke down, because Donald Trump gets a lot of slack for he's women aren't so sure about him, but Republican women in South Carolina went strong for him.
I'm hearing that from women across all different sectors, because you're a mom, I'm a mom. We talk about that all the time. And what I'm hearing from moms is our kids are less safe today than they were 4 years ago under Donald Trump. And that is making women very uncomfortable and wanting the former president back in power today. Yeah. And I think that's why they're coming out. And, as moms, as women, we want to make sure that our kids are safe and that they have a future. And they know that Donald Trump has proven to do that in the past, and they want that again.
In the primary, Nikki Haley, and also in all the other states that she's been running on, she's been playing heavily on the women card. How come that didn't work in her own home state? Why didn't she win over more women?
Well, again, I think it's because women want a proven leader right now. The world is in disarray, and we saw what happened in Georgia just a few days ago. My heart goes out to that mother, to that family losing their daughter, but we're seeing that happen all across the country. And so women are just saying, what are we going to do? How do we get our kids safe again? How do I feel okay sending my child out for a run without me? And so that's what's doing it. Moms, we can talk about all the political rhetoric that people talk about, but people want to have change. Change that affects them in their own home, right? At their kitchen table. Bidenomics has been a colossal failure. We have gas prices up. We have food prices up. For the first time, I'm hearing people say, I don't know if I can fill up my whole tank because I have to go to the grocery store. And that's what people want to hear. How are we going to get our gas prices down?
People are borrowing money.
How are we going to stop this invasion at the border? How are my kids, is the American dream, my grandparents were Polish immigrants. How are we going to get that American dream back within the reach to our children? And that's what they want to hear about, and that's what President Trump is talking about, and women are taking notice.
I feel like the advantage President Trump has over everybody else, for one, is a proven record. That's what people want again. Even for, we saw guys like Ron DeSantis, they get a lot of love from the Republican side. Vivek Ramaswamy was doing pretty well, for a new guy. But people were like, we don't want these new guys. We just want something that we had seen back in 2016. We want that back in the economy. And that's the advantage Trump had over everybody else. So for Nikki Haley competing, I feel like she's losing because that proven record, I don't know how she did in South Carolina, but that record is not enough to be somebody who was president and perceived to have done well. We'll see. She says she's not going to give up. She's going to run till the end, regardless of the outcome in South Carolina. And I asked in that video we had seen, who's paying for it? Because an interview at the Breakfast Club, Vivek Ramaswamy said he spent about $30 million from when he started to when he quit. And if Nikki Haley is going to continue down the road, who's going to pay for that? Because the accusation she was getting was the people financing her campaign are the people who are the enemies of the nation. Is she still getting money from those guys to be in the race? That's also going to be detrimental to her while she's running. A lot of questions anyways. But let me know what you think about everything I said. Again, these are just my thoughts. They are not the facts. So do your own research and share your own thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, he just seems like, he brought the issue of immigration forward, way back in 2016 when a lot of people thought it was politically incorrect to do so. And here we are, here in 2024, it's the number one issue. It's even beating the economy, which, as you say, is not doing so great.
Absolutely.
How do you think this very tragic death of this young girl, moving forward, is going to affect the debate? I mean, I'm just praying people don't forget about her because, as you said, this is, first of all, family, but also this could be any one of our daughters.
Absolutely, and that's what scares me. But, it's up to all of us to keep this front and center in people's minds, just how unsafe. We don't have to look very far. You look in New York, you see what's happening to our law enforcement, getting beat up by illegal immigrants who are coming into this country. People are done. I think they're waking up. They're saying enough is enough. I was with President Trump at the Palmetto Bowl, and I said, President, tell me what I can tell people right from you. And he said, listen, on day one, we are going to open our energy pipelines again. We're going to shut down our borders. And on day two, we're going to have to figure out how we have mass deportation. Because, we're seeing there's not all good actors that are coming here. There are probably good people coming here for a good life, but we don't even know that.
No. And some of these countries like Venezuela won't even take back their people right now. It's going to be really hard to do these deportations unless that changes. Really quick, what's next for Nikki Haley? I mean, what is she really up to? I mean, we've had this conversation all day, and even yesterday because we knew how the results were going to be. Why is she continuing on? Why wasn't that a concession speech?
Before she even gets
she's
to
planning
answer.
on getting on corporate boards and making money? Is she just trying to be...
Before she even answers, people are saying that her running is completely dependent on Donald Trump going to jail. I've heard those speculations. Now, I would like to hear what she has to say, but let me know what you think about that. People are saying Nikki Haley is just waiting for Donald Trump to go to jail so she can take over and run against the Democrats of Biden. Let me know what you think about that.
The runner-up in case something happens in these court cases. Is she going to go no labels? What's the plan? You guys know her better than we know her here in South Carolina.
Well, I really don't know what the plan is for her, but what I would hope is that as Republicans, we all come together. South Carolina, it's the pathway to the White House. It has been that for years. And, that's why Democrats tried so hard to get their primary here to be the very first Democrat primary. But I want all Republicans to get behind our nominee. Our nominee is going to be Donald Trump. And we need to get him in the White House. We need to make sure we're sending a clear message to Joe Biden that we want him out in November. And so just as a party, we all need to come together because we need to win the White House and we need Donald Trump in there. But we need to win the Senate and we need to get our House reps. We need to get them more support in the House.
Well, it's great having you here. We've had a great time in South Carolina and a lot of people moving to this state. Thank you, Lieutenant Governor. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'm Steve.
Also, while you're standing behind Donald Trump, the lawsuits are piling up. I heard he has to pay $300 and something million. He also has to pay $83 million to E. Jean Carroll. All of these cases plus the 100 felony charges where he could be sent to jail for life. A lot of things piling up against Donald Trump. Well, I'm excited to see how that is going to unfold. And I think, I haven't followed that in a long time. Some states in America were removing him from the primary ballot. I think, what state was that? Yeah, I'll look into that again and see how it's going. But I think the Supreme Court is supposed to rule for or against it. But I'll bring the updates to you. If you already know, feel free to talk to us in the comment section. Yeah, it's pretty interesting what is going on with American politics right now. A lot of people call it weaponization of justice. And people said Donald Trump deserved. We saw a video yesterday of Fannie Willis and this Attorney General of New York, or the Attorney General of Manhattan, something like that. She was saying Donald Trump deserves everything he gets, like all the lawsuits and the fact that he has to pay the $300 million that, he did the wrong and he has to pay. She even further said if Donald Trump does not pay, they should take his properties, the hotel and, different things. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. Share your thoughts. I'm just excited. I told you yesterday, 2 things I'm excited for: the playoffs and America's election. We're waiting. People in the back seats, they're just waiting to see how it's going to unfold. People in Russia, they're waiting to see how it's going to unfold. Africa, we're waiting to see how it's going to unfold. So yeah, you guys do it right. Smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.